Here today to talk about our legacy of change and to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
I think it's important for us to gather today to remember a great Georgian, a great Atlantan, a great civil rights leader who at 6:08 p.m. on this date 57 years ago was gunned down by an assassin's bullet. As Atlantans, that we have a goal and an obligation to finish the dream of Dr. King. And so on, fittingly enough, 404 Day, where so many Atlantans are celebrating our area code, we want to make sure we continue to ground this work, this civil rights work, this social justice work in the actual work, because the dream is not over. The dreamer may have gotten to the mountaintop and looked over and seen the promised land, but he left it for us to actually achieve entrance into the promised land.
And in eyesight of the home that he bought as an adult right here on Sunset Avenue in Vine City. All of these things began to tie together because all of the work, education, employment, racial justice, social justice, all of the things that he talked about is and should be woven inside of our lives every day in what we're doing. So I'm just happy to be here. You're right, we're celebrating 404 Day as well, and that's just some of the mystic stuff in the universe. That a day that we should be sad because we lost one of the greatest men. It's a day we also celebrate as well. But in celebrating the culture and the history of Atlanta, we also have to remember that Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was part of that as well.
We are not our ancestors, but we carry their strength. We are not our ancestors, but we will never stop fighting. We are not our ancestors, but we will make sure that their sacrifices were not in vain. Donald Trump and those who follow his agenda want us to be silent. They want us to be afraid. But Dr. King taught us that fear is not an option. He taught us that silence is complicity. He taught us that we must always move forward no matter the cost. So today we honor Dr. King, not just with our words, but with action. We educate ourselves, we vote, we show up for our communities. We fight against policies that try to erase us, because if there's one thing history has proven, is that Black people do not lose. We rise, we build, we overcome. As long as there's breath in our bodies and fire in our souls, we will continue the fight, not just for ourselves, but for the generation who will stand where we are today. Remembering not just the struggle, but the victory. Dr. King had a dream, and it's on us to make sure it doesn't become a memory. Thank you.
If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. These immortal words came off the lips of the drum major for justice. And how amazingly apropos those words bode for us today, trying to manage and maneuver through the socio-political, economic landscape of this day. We continue to honor Dr. King, not just because of the dream he spoke about on the steps of Lincoln Memorial, but because of the sacrifices he made living the dream. He showed us that justice is not automatic. It is fought for, prayed for, and lived out in the real tension that exists between love and resistance. To be sure, Dr. King was more than a dreamer. He was a strategist, a theologian, a freedom fighter, and a visionary whose courage and convictions altered the course of history. Dr. King dared to imagine a world where dignity was not determined by skin color, where justice was not selective, and where love had the final word.